I am 100% just pretending that the temperature is appropriate to be wearing this shirt. It's not. I will be changing back into my gross t-shirt as soon as I'm done filming. I lit a candle to seem like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't clean up anything. I have my life completely together. Hello lovely friends, my name is Emily McKagie, and today we are going to be talking about something that is near and dear to my heart, and really I think probably should be near and dear to your heart too, and that is self-care. I am a human who suffers from major depression and also anxiety. And on top of that, I have just had an impressive amount of shitty things happen to me over the past like 2.5 years. This is a great start to a video. Just grabbing that audience. But the reason that I am telling you this is not so that you'll feel sorry for me or anything like that. Although if you want to, we can all have a little pity party for me. But actually the reason that I'm telling you this is because one of the things that I've had to learn over the past 2.5 years-ish is how to take care of myself. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm glad you asked me 5 seconds ago. So one of the things that I have the most issue with in terms of self-care is I'm very hard on myself. And I think that the majority of the human population would probably say the same thing. I think most of us are pretty hard on ourselves. So learning how to take care of yourself is partly learning how to give yourself permission to need to take care of yourself. Allowing space for yourself to heal and to be okay. Giving yourself permission to take time to do this. This is a thing that I have trouble with. I always want myself to just be done with the sadness and done with the bad feelings and just move on. But sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you need time. So sometimes self-care is going to be giving yourself time to just sort of be alone and maybe sleep and hydrate and feed yourself. Like, these are very basic forms of self-care. I myself have been going through a very difficult transition that I didn't necessarily expect to happen right now, but is. And so I'm struggling with a lot of things, including the timing of the transition. And so sleep for me especially has been a weird issue. Like, I'm not sleeping or I'm sleeping all day. I'm trying to not be mad at myself for doing either of those things and just kind of let my body do what it does, because I figure probably it knows what it needs to do. Also, sometimes self-care comes in the form of friends. It can be nice to be alone and just sort of comfy, but it can also be very isolating. So if you're feeling just grumpy or moody or sad about being alone, get out and go see your friends and have some fun. See if somebody wants to get a drink with you, or maybe lunch instead of a drink, because alcohol is a depressant. So let's talk about some good ways to take care of yourself. Some things that I enjoy doing. If I am very low and very sad, sometimes I will just talk to myself as though I am multiple people and just tell myself we're okay. We're not in danger. And if you are in danger, this probably is not the video for you to be watching right now. You probably should remove yourself from physical danger before worrying about this stuff. Not telling you how to live your life, just thinking out loud. Another thing that can be really helpful is to meditate. I meditate in a completely non-religious way. I actually use apps on my phone because I am a technological baby. The apps that I'm really enjoying using for meditation are, one of them is called Calm and the other is called Breathe. They just walk you through a guided meditation, which is usually about focusing on your breath, on your body and where you are in space. This can be really helpful if you're having a panic attack, but it can also be helpful if you're feeling just overwhelmed by any sort of emotion. Emotions are so hard. And sometimes just realizing that you're alive and you're breathing and you are existing in space, as weird as it sounds, can really help. So meditation is great. One of the things that you can do that is really nice is you can just get a nice hot beverage of your choice and a cozy blanket, especially if you're in air conditioning or a colder climate, and then just snuggle up and watch like your favorite movie from when you were a kid. And this is the added benefit of reminding you of childhood and reminding you of a time when you didn't feel like this, when you weren't going through these issues. You weren't always going through this crisis, and you will not always be going through this. And also, kids' movies are great, and they have happy endings usually, and they're like princesses. Some of my favorite movies that you can watch if you need suggestions are mostly Disney movies. The Lion King, Tangled, Beauty and the Beast, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Anastasia, The Prince of Egypt. You don't have to be religious to enjoy it. That's a great tagline for the movie. Another thing you can do is just have a nice solitary moment to yourself. I especially like doing this in the morning. Sometimes I just like to read or think about things while I'm drinking my coffee, and it's a nice moment, as long as you don't make it a moment where you're spiraling out of control into the depths of despair. It can be really nice. Another thing you can do is go shopping and buy yourself something that is maybe a little frivolous, but it's a nice treat, something to make yourself happy. Or you can spend some time with a friend. Like I said earlier, you could go get coffee, or you can, I really like coffee apparently today. Or dinner, or seeing a movie, or just hanging out with people who love you and who you love can be very refreshing and very important. That's the word I was looking for. Having some time where you unplug might be really nice too. So just taking all of your electronic devices and putting them in the corner and just not worrying about them. Maybe reading or watching some TV, but not looking at Facebook and not looking at Twitter and not seeing all the people who are getting engaged and having babies on your dashboard when you're feeling sad and alone. Also, books! Reading is great! My favorite funny book right now is Mamie Heart's You Deserve a Drink. I finished this a couple weeks ago and it was awesome. It's hilarious. It made me laugh out loud a bunch of times. She's hilarious, and if you watch her on YouTube, you know how hilarious she is, and she has had a hilarious and eventful life, and reading about it was something that I really enjoyed and something that was very helpful for me. So that's a great one. Funny books are great. Also, the other one that I really enjoyed is Amy Poehler's Yes Please. Yeah, books are good. Also, I like, sometimes when I'm feeling down, I like to read a book that I really loved as a kid. Rereading books is like visiting old friends. It's comforting, and you know that you're gonna love it, and you don't have to worry about not liking the ending. I really enjoy reading the Chronicles of Narnia. And then I also really love the book Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. This was a book that was my favorite when I was a kid. Other things you can do crafts, watching funny TV shows, watching comedians doing stand-up, sitcoms from the 90s and 2000s, great. My go-tos are usually Friends and Frasier. Also YouTube videos, really funny YouTube videos are the best. My favorite YouTuber is Grace Helbig. I also love Mamie Hart and Flula and Miranda Sings / Colleen Ballinger and Tyler Oakley. All of these people, Hannah Hart, all these people have really funny videos. Also, journaling can be really great. Time with pets or animals if you have pets. Fortunately, my family has 4 cats and a dog. And animals are just great and can make such a big difference in your mood. If you don't have pets, try volunteering at a shelter. There are volunteer positions called kitty cuddlers, where you go to a cat shelter and you cuddle the cats because they need socialization. It's a volunteer position that you can do. Taking a walk can be really nice if you've been sedentary for a while and in bed and crying. Taking a run if you're that kind of person. Eating something yummy. You're sad. if you want a cookie, you can have a cookie. Really, the best thing you can do for yourself right now is to be gentle with yourself. Think about what your best friend would say to you and say that to yourself. Think about what you would say to your best friend if they were in this position and say that to yourself. Try not to be so hard on yourself. Try to be gentle and loving. I don't know what this motion was gonna be. I think I was gonna give myself a hug. Give yourself a hug. It's now gotten to the point where I am no longer certain that I am making any sense. But I hope that you guys are all doing well, and I hope that if you watched this video in a time of need for yourself, that it helped you. Just remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Nothing is infinite, not even loss. And I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey, editing Emily here. I just realized that I didn't say something in my video that I meant to say. If you are having a particularly hard time and you are feeling hopeless, or like you might harm yourself or somebody else, now would be a good time to go see a doctor. Therapy is great and awesome. We all got shit to work through. It's great. We can talk more about therapy and mental health in another video if you guys are interested, but if you are seeking therapy for anything, big or small, you rock. Good job taking care of yourself. I hope you are an inspiration to many. Mwah. This is very depressing. The point is that, the point is that it is, what is the point?